What up, you guys? This is Rafael at Top Shop Collectibles, and I run an online TCG business, topshopcollectibles.com. Link will be in the description below if you guys want to check it out. Somebody recently told me that I have switched or moved over to the dark side because, do the business side of things in Pokemon now. And honestly, I've been a collector for quite some time, and I enjoy the hobby. I collect as well as sell for Top Shop Collectibles as a business. And so I don't see anything wrong with it, but I do have some days where I'm looking at things that I want to pick up for my personal collection, but I forget that I also have to look out for Top Shop Collectibles for the business. And so I kind of try to keep it separate, but it is harder in terms of, dedicating the time to the personal collection and building that and splitting the two. So I can see where people think that, moving into running a business in the Pokemon space, it's kind of like joining the dark side because now you're like money driven as opposed to seeking the collectability of arts and cards and stuff like that. But you do what you do, and I enjoy the hobby. And in my opinion, if you do something that you enjoy for the rest of your life, it's like they say, you'll never work a day in your life. That's the way I see it. So I don't know if this is what that's gonna turn into, but I enjoy doing it. I enjoy making the content, and I enjoy running the business side of things, and at the same time I enjoy collecting. So I guess this intro became a really long remnants of I don't know what. But anyway, in this video we're gonna talk about, should you invest in Scarlet and Violet in 2025? In my opinion, it is a absolutely yes, but not every set. I believe that SVO1 all the way to Paradox Rift are the sets that you should be concentrating on buying right now for an investment purposes, for collectability, and for longevity of your collection, because those sets, the odds of them being reprinted are very slim. And you see a lot of people online making moves, making $20,000 transactions and having all this product. Guys, the way they build, the only reason why they're able to do those transactions is because they've been around for longer than you have, right? So don't feel intimidated by that. The only reason they can is because they've done it over and over and over, sets over sets over sets, right? And so it's really easy to build up huge amounts of collection when you are buying a lot of the product and recycling that same money for the upcoming eras. So what I mean by that is, right now, for example, with Scarlet and Violet, if you look at picking up cases, I mean, I know a lot of people don't have the funds to buy full-on cases of like SVO1 to SVO4, but you can start with like booster bundles, right? You start with that, with the era, you buy booster bundles, you keep them sealed over a certain amount of years. You spend, I don't know, $100 every paycheck or so, and you buy bundles for those sets, and you hold them long-term, and then you do the same for SVO5 all the way to 9 next year after, the product has already hit the market several times and it has reprinted, and you do that consistently for a certain amount of time. Over time, you're going to find yourself with a lot of product, and when the new set comes out, Scarlet and Violet is going to be like the Sword and Shield era to us right now, like the Sun and Moon. Look at all the stuff from Sun and Moon. It's the ETBs are like upwards of $500, and you got promos going for like outrageous amounts of money. And that's because with time, it is proven that Pokemon as an investment vehicle just works. The demand is there. The sealed products just go up in value over time. The more people rip booster boxes and the more people rip ETBs, then there is less supply in the market. And that is just, the essentials of supply and demand. So again, in my opinion, SVO1 to SVO4 are great pickups right now in 2025. Scarlet and Violet booster boxes are going for like $210 right now. And that, in my opinion, is a great pickup. A lot of people that have been around for a long time need to forget that they used to be $89 to $100 booster boxes. That is long gone. We're not going to see that anymore, in my opinion. We may retrace back to a little bit, close to what the MSRP is now, which is like $160, I believe. But it's not going to be anything better than that after the bull market ends. So if you look at, for example, Scarlet and Violet base, $215 a booster box. Guys, the price per pack at any retailer nowadays is $4.99. Add taxes to that, let's call it $5.50. Multiply 550 times 36, you're looking at around $200. That's MSRP. So a $200 booster box with 36 packs is essentially MSRP. So all people that think that $200 is too expensive for a booster box, that's essentially MSRP. It's the same thing as buying 36 loose packs from Target or Walmart, if you can find it, of course. But that's my whole concept. I go back to the price per pack and I approach it that way. So SVO1 to SVO4 are great pickups, including 151. Guys, 151 has been printed to the ground for so long. I mean, we saw it with the tins at Costco. We saw it. We're still seeing it being hit. And, like, a lot of people are selling the bundles and the poster collection boxes and the Alakazam or the Zapdos boxes on local groups, on Pokemon groups, because they've got an influx of product from the distribution. And it continues to hit the market, even though 151 just came out in, like, what, 2023. We're going on 2 years now, and we're still seeing it being reprinted or put into the market because of the demand. And so, in my opinion, 151, we are very close at the end of seeing it being released into the wild. Look at the ETB for 151. It's going for like $250 right now because we haven't seen the ETB in a long time out in the wild. When the bundles, when the everything else stops to show up anywhere at distribution, and Pokemon has just moved on to the next sets that are gonna come with the new Mega set that's coming, and Black Bolt and White Flare coming out, and Destined Rivals in a week, 151 is gonna be left behind, and you're gonna slowly see those price per pack be creeping up above the current rate of, I think they're like $10 to $12 a pack right now. I believe that 151 is gonna be one of the top sets, top 3 of the entire Scarlet and Violet era. I would say $20 to $25 a pack in like 2 to 3 years from now. And so if you have the vision or the patience to sit on 151 for long term, you're running out of time. In my opinion, this is the last sprinkle of items that you're going to see in the market because, again, we already are going into 2 years for 151. I guarantee you, sorry, I hit the microphone there, but I guarantee you that Prismatic Evolutions is going to be put at Costco and Sam's at some point in the future. The UPCs, at some type of box similar to what we saw with Blooming Waters, is going to be placed to Costco's and Sam's at some time in the future. And that's going to be the last bit of Prismatic that you're going to see. It could be a year from now. It could be a year and a half from now. Prismatic just came out in January of this year. So we still got some time to see that, but that's going to happen because of the demand. Usually products that are in demand end up showing up in those places, in those wholesaler places. And Prismatic Evolutions, you still have time to pick it up. It's all the evolutions in there. I have my own opinions on Prismatic Evolutions. To be honest, I have a lot more faith, and I'm very bullish on 151 a lot more than Prismatic Evolutions. That's a topic for a different video. I'll probably do like some type of comparison between the two because I don't understand why Prismatic and all these evolutions that don't really have much of an art style to them. They're all this prism art. They don't appeal to me. The Pokeballs, in my opinion, are kind of they don't cut it as a hit. They're considered hits, and in my opinion, those Pokeballs, those Master Balls and Pokeballs are not as good as they make them out to be. But again, topic for a different video. So I'm very bullish on Scarlet and Violet, and I believe that it's gonna be a very good set in the years to come. But you have to time it right because, for example, right now, Journey Together, it's a great pickup at $200 at booster box, but it's such a fresh set that you will have more opportunities to pick it up. But I'll tell you one thing. It seems like everybody forgot that Journey Together was the only booster box, from what it seems, that had that topper promo card, the enhanced booster box, right? Destined Rivals not going to have one. Last I heard, Black Bolt and White Flare doesn't even have a booster box. So we're going to end the entire Scarlet and Violet era, and the only booster box that has this topper, enhanced version, is Journey Together. And Journey Together is not a bad set. So I'll leave you with that one. But you still have time to pick it up. Is it gonna get reprinted? More than likely. So if you have some right now, in my opinion, those are good to hold because it's the only booster box that comes with that Ants Reshiram promo card. Stamped promo card. I also have a certain opinion about stamped cards. Usually, if you can find them without the stamp, in my opinion, they do just fine as well. A lot of people, just because of the rarity of the stamp on the card, make them more valuable, and they chase the money and they go for that. Doesn't take the fact that the sealed booster box of Journey Together comes with one, and we don't have any others so far that have one. So that may create some type of scarcity and some type of demand for Journey Together in the future once people realize that that's the case. Everybody's focused on Destined Rivals, Black Bolt and White Flare right now. Things like this are being overlooked. So am I investing in Scarlet Violet? Absolutely yes. I'm buying Scarlet Violet base. I'm buying Obsidian Flames. I'm buying Paldea Evolved. Picked up a couple cases of those recently. And 151 all in. As you guys can see behind me, I have a bunch of bundles. By the way, 151 specialty set, no booster box. The bundles, the sealed bundle of 151, if you can find it, sealed. It's a great pickup in my opinion for a specialty set that does not have a booster box. Remember, the booster bundles are fairly new to Scarlet and Violet. We had some at the very end of Sword and Shield, but we haven't had them before. Before that, we only had Build and Battle boxes. So these booster boxes in sealed displays, like the ones you see in the back there, are, in my opinion, a great pickup for Prismatic and for 151. Sealed product usually like that holds a premium in the long term for people that are into collecting and into investing, as opposed to having 10 loose 151 or prismatic bundles. You can get a display case, and in my opinion, in the long run, in the future, those are going to carry a premium because they're going to be harder to find, especially the prismatic one. It was only exclusive to Europe. We didn't even get distribution here in the US, didn't even get any of those. So if you can find them, in my opinion, those are great holds for long term, and especially on a set that doesn't have a booster box. So I guess that's a bonus there for the Scarlet and Violet era. Destined Rivals is around the corner, so look into picking up booster boxes for those. Again, the new sets, you usually have like a year and a half to 2 years to see them reprinted, and you can find them at a better price. That's why I usually don't worry too much about new sets. Now there is times where, like for example, Shrouded Fable. I don't know yet if Shrouded Fable is gonna be one of those sleeper sets that nobody wants, nobody's picking up, and one day we're gonna wake up and Shrouded Fable, it's like skyrocketing with everything else. We've seen it happen before. It happened with Rebel Clash. It happened with, what was the Sun and Moon one? Sun and Moon had a ugly child too that nobody wanted, and it boomed because usually Pokemon Company will focus on reprinting. Like right now, they announced it. They're gonna reprint Surging Sparks in demand, high in demand. 151, high in demand. Prismatic, high in demand. At the same time, focusing on Destined Rivals, Black Bolt, and White Flare. Do you really think they're gonna have the time, the manpower, or even the most remotely thought about reprinting Shrouded Fable? Why would they? Nobody wants it, right? And so this creates a level of scarcity because there's not that many into the market. The little bit that was printed got bought out by the people like me. I'm holding Shrouded Fable, to be honest. And I'm telling you all now because it may be a play to hold the set that nobody wants so that you are the person that do have it when it does run. At some point in the future, the sets, all of them, will run, just like we're seeing with Sword and Shield. Even the worst of the sets are running. And Pokemon, if they don't reprint Shrouded Fable, then you are limited to whatever was printed in the first wave of Shrouded Fable. Now, we still have time for Shrouded Fable to get reprinted. We may see it, but as of right now, I think it's going on a year and a half. Actually, so Shrouded Fable is turning 1 year old in August of 2025. So we still have maybe another year to decide and be able to say if it's going to be a sleeper set or not. But in my opinion, if you can find Shrouded Fable ETBs for below MSRP, because you can find them for below, it's crazy, for below MSRP from like some shops that just want to move the product, you can. And I would, if you can sit on it for a couple years, because it may be a play that you are, a lot of people are sleeping on. And well, yeah, so that was my take on the whole Scarlet and Violet era. Again, if you enjoyed this type of videos, give a like, leave me a comment if you have any thoughts about the entire Scarlet and Violet era. And as always, keep your head up, stay positive, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.